without further ado, I am going to be pulling a bit of a bit. I'm gonna pull a moment from oh, I'm gonna say the name wrong. Abrea Iyengar, one of the dungeon masters, one of the famous dungeon masters up there with Matt Mercer and Brennan Lee Mulligan. And I'm gonna be quoting Jack Lawrow in that my intro is that which this recording spider, that Dodger, has turned and sent off. The players are gonna get to hear this as well as the chat, but the party members never again see this spider. So we get a little glimpse into something fun. This is the audio that they would have heard. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Wrong. Absolute power reveals absolutely. It nearly amplifies us, making us more of who we already are. Not that you'd know anything about that, of course. And what's that supposed to mean? I just find it fascinating that those without power are so quick to criticize it. I don't think power is inherently bad, I just think it's poorly distributed. Of course. You're a far better person than those whose minds are merely cold numbers and clockwork, or even the pride who criticize so freely. Blessed are the meek. The path is broken. I am no longer religious. Are you sure? You make such a virtue of lacking, and evidently you think greed is a sin. I think it's pretty obvious to anyone that they could do better with things with their wealth and influence, but would you really be any different? If you had their power, wouldn't you start to convince yourself that you were somehow inherently better by virtue of your position? Because it seems to me that you're doing that pretty well already. I would be different. Because I care about being a good person. Do you? Or do you simply fear being considered a bad person? I hate to break it to you, but we are not all fundamentally rotten to our core. Oh, I don't think any of you are. However, all you sentient flesh bags are fundamentally human at their core. Deep down, you all want the same things, whether you admit it to yourself or not. And what is that exactly? You want power. And everything that comes along with it. You want adoration, you want sex, you want excess, you want adventure, conquest, conflict, pleasure, and pain. You long to feel alive. But it's not all about me. It's about others. It's about community, connection. It's about doing the right thing, a fiction you have swallowed in order to cope with the fact that you lack what you truly want. Morality isn't fiction. And besides, the motivations behind my statements don't affect whether they're true or not. But is it true to you? To your internal laws and values? Or are you destined to be a moral chameleon? You don't believe in any right or wrong, do you, Connor? Not particularly. Then we have nothing to discuss. You know why you think the good guys always win? It's because history is written by the victors. Whoever comes out on top gets to be the good guy. However virtuous you are today, on the next page of history, you will surely be cast as the villain. My advice? Let it all go. And what if, deep down, I actually do claim about the things, I actually do care about the things I claim to? Then I suggest you take your desperados, you seek power, and make it happen. And I suppose we'll find out which one of us is correct. So
just to be clear, the party never hears that.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what they would have heard if that spider hadn't been... Something bad happened to that spider, to say the least. And again, Jack Lawrow, huge shout out, go follow them. Needless to say, let us now switch to where we left off. The party, at varying degrees of health, is currently in a rail yard, having just defeated some high-ranking member of assumedly the Lucky Bitch Bishop. Dodger has a vested interest of getting into the warehouse that is just before the party, looking for answers as to what has happened to the magical bullets he trades with that have found their way into the hands
cells.
What's that?
Cells. I don't trade a cell.
Thank you. You're right. That have found their way into the hands of many a questionable character. How we looking, party? There's a giant crab doing crab things. You can see this huge giant crab currently poking at stuff. Kind of starts eating the corpse of the clawfoot.
Esther's a little spent, but he's mostly okay.
Okay.
He's got no hit points to us anyway.
The urgency is that whatever's going on inside this warehouse, whatever answers there might be, might not be, now that attention has been drawn to this area by the crime lords. The attention of the crime lords has been drawn to this area. So you've got a couple options, a couple paths you can take. The warehouse is 3 stories. You can hear movement within. Big open sliding double doors that a very large vehicle or something could move, crates and the like, even whole train cabins. You can still hear the yelling of the riot behind you on the other side of the rail yard. What do we do?
Well, what do we think, everybody? Should we take the front door? Or maybe Crab can pick us up and drop us off in the top floor.
You climb?
Checking now. It cannot. It has a swim speed and a movement speed.
But it's like big, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can at least get us up to the 2nd floor.
You climb up the side.
I can see that.
All right. Well, how about we take a middle entrance in the 2nd floor? And huge giant crab, why don't you go and block the entrance? And we'll scream and yell once we need you.
Okay. Everybody climbs up onto the back of the crab, and it takes a second to get the crab to the right place. But Stonks.
It left. You know that's right, you dumbass. You're
doing
this on purpose.
Trying to make L's, and it's looking real confused.
You're doing that on purpose. Otherwise.
It abashedly scurries itself over to Jared. You get 8 HP.
Nice.
Oh, Jared, you get 8 HP as the party is up on the crab, and it begins scuttling eventually to the correct place, blocking the door. And the party, Yester, you kind of grab the windowsill and kind of have to still hoist yourself up a little bit. Sorry, gang, I already had the moon on. I forgot to turn it off. And you can see through the window. Make a perception check. The rest of the party kind of looking around, keeping an eye open.
Anyone got some guidance?
Guidance.
Okay, might not need it. That's
I do have
17.
guidance, so.
You do?
Yeah.
You gotta do the thing,
I just
dude.
I open my book.
Okay.
Just flip through some pages. And just spew out nonsense. It's completely nonsensical. You have no idea what I just said. But you get a D4 now.
Well, I rolled a 4 on it, so clearly it helped.
Hey.
That's 17 plus 4. That's 21.
21. All right, you clamber up and take a look. Basically, you know how you got like wraparound decks on the outside of a building? It's like that, but on the inside. So you've got the wraparound, and you can see in the far corner to the right a spiral staircase going from the bottom floor to this, then to a 3rd floor above. There is a ceiling on the 2nd floor, so that you would have to find a way to the 3rd floor with either by window or by spiral staircase. But this second floor, which has again the huge opening in the center to the first floor, has all these pulleys and mechanics and chains and machinery to lift and lower stuff. In the center of the first floor is this big wooden platform attached to all these chains and pulleys and mechanics. Now, as far as people, you hear many footsteps clambering around the third floor, and you see 2 or 3 people with rifles kind of hunkered down and just keeping an eye down on the first floor, staring at crab legs and being like, it's a giant crab. It's a huge giant crab. What the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean a huge giant crab? I mean, that's not a giant crab. That's a huge giant crab. That's a hat on a hat. I know. It's just what it is.
I'm gonna look around at how many people are on the second floor?
3.
Okay. And how big is this room?
About half the size of a Walmart.
This whole room?
This warehouse is large.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no
I need
follow-up
distances,
rooms.
Beth.
All right.
Distances.
Let's say it's rectangular, 400 by 300 feet.
Okay. And this little ridge that we're on is like it wraps around the entire edge.
On the inside.
Yes, on the inside.
Yeah, that's like a big catwalk kind of deal.
Okay.
Jake gets a first level spell. Oh, Kyrie, thank you. Appreciate you. Supercenter or neighborhood market? Maybe more of a neighborhood market.
Jake, I don't think has first level spell slots because Jake's a warlock. I think, right?
Oh, you right. Have 3rd level spell slots.
Oh, 3rd.
So does that mean that whole mechanic just doesn't work for me at all?
I mean, it wouldn't work for a fighter.
Well, fighters don't have spell slots.
Right. And you don't have
Okay.
first level spell slots?
Warlocks all have max level spell slots. They all
Oh, right.
What level do you have?
3rd.
Yeah.
You can just have a 3rd. You're welcome.
Okay. How many people are also? There's 3 people on this floor.
With the
How far away are
rifles.
they?
One got his back to you, and he's about 30 feet off to the right. One is by the spiral staircase, looking down and conversing with the other one next to him. And they are very far away. I'm gonna say about 200 feet.
Give me a moment.
Okay. Hey, Ash. Welcome in.
Okay. I'm going to cast Suggestion on the one that I see within 30 feet of me.
Okay. So wisdom save. What
I'm going to well, actually first what I'm going to do, bonus action, subtract a d8, subtract 4, and then I'm going to cast that.
subtract 4. Okay.
So that's going to be a DC 15 wisdom save, please. -4.
Fail.
All right. Yester's just gonna like whisper shout out. You mind escorting us up to the 3rd floor, please?
Kind of straightens up. Looks over at you. Yeah, I reckon. And kind of comes over and
Nice.
starts opening up the window. Come on in. Let me show you around.
All right, everybody, pretend that you belong here.
Are we on the back of a crab?
Yep.
Pretend
Get off.
we belong on the back of a crab.
Get off the crab.
Wait, are we
Wow.
inside the building or not?
You're in the process of crawling through as we speak, I believe. Through
Oh,
through the
okay.
window into the 2nd floor.
I kind of just like hoist myself in and look very official.
Okay. There's a lot of chains and pulleys and things in the way. So the two other guards don't immediately see you. They're very, very enraptured by the crab. You also hear someone yell something down on the bottom floor.
Could I make a perception check with my owl?
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody say dirty 20?
Hey, Azure,
Owl
thank
hears
you.
that
18
shit.
months, damn. Dirty 20. You see a very, very sizable dragonborn. Green. The lad you're talking to is a human, and then the other two by the winding staircase, by the spiral staircase. One is a lizard folk, and the other one is an elf.
And what do I hear in that conversation on the first floor?
The first floor looks like he's running around and messing with various mechanics. You see him, you can hear him pull down some machinery, hit some. He starts moving some levers, all while keeping a lookout on the huge giant crab by the door frame. And then once you see him like essentially lock some stuff down, you're not really sure what the mechanics are. Whatever it is, he's locking things into place. You can see a couple of braces lock onto the wooden platform on the floor. And then he starts moving crates. Starts trying to like move crates in front of the door out and trying to make like a barrier.
All right, have we all vaulted inside now? Off of the back of stonks.
If everyone's down. I'm seeing head nods. Jake, you going in?
Yeah, I'll be the last one in.
Okay.
And when I re-enter, I will look as though I'm just one of the bandits.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. With your disguise kit, it's safe to say that you would have donned some of the. I think you actually said that you grabbed some of the outfit of the people you killed earlier.
Yeah.
All right. You step in.
I'm gonna go to stonks outside and say, all right, I want you to run interference outside. Punch the ground, maybe clip at the doors. Don't break anything. Just make it sound like you're aggressive. Go.
Bang! the makeshift blockade like breaks, and he starts trying to put. He runs over and starts winding a crank, and you see the double doors starting to close, and the claw hands just. And he goes.
Good enough. All right. Now to this individual who I've cast suggestion upon.
Yeah.
Go and show us around.
He starts waxing eloquent on how this warehouse is superior and the other ones definitely aren't up to fire code and stuff like that. For some reason, he's really proud of this fact, and he starts walking along the thing, starts pointing out various mechanisms, and he lets slip. Yeah, well, you gotta understand that we had to spend more time than what is necessary to make sure that the tunnels below do not don't cave in or anything like that. What with the new weight in the rail yard from all the railway cars, it was starting to become a problem. But you know, we make do. We just had to order some more beams. Oh,
Naturally.
yeah!
Oh,
What up?
There
What
he
up, my
is.
dude?
They call
Good
me
to see you.
Peepaw.
And bonk, I think that's perfect. It's perfect! Hey, buddy.
Hi.
You're a real champ.
Hey, you
This
like the
poor
you like the
dude.
uniform?
Looking good, G. So you're currently
A crab?
yes.
Still?
So
Okay,
just to
cool.
recap real quick, the party got on your back and got to the second floor of the warehouse they're trying to get into. They're currently on the second floor now, conning their way in. You are the distraction. There's a dragonborn on the ground trying to winch close the two sliding barricade doors of the warehouse, and you have just as a huge giant crab, and he's terrified of you.
Is my plan to kill him? Like, do I eat him?
You are the current instructions is to be threatening but not go into combat. You now have control over your character and all that good stuff, though.
Hear me out. What if we ate him?
I mean, that's a you decision.
I can pinch my pinchers vaguely, or I can pinch my pinchers aggressively.
Also, you have crab brain. Was a realization that I had. You have evolved to completion and have become crab.
Okay. It's not my turn right now, is it? Please, God, tell
We're
me
not in
I'm going on
combat
my
yet.
initiative.
You're just
Okay.
kind of
we're
being
not.
scary.
Agreed.
They're currently conning their way in. They cast suggestion on the first guard, who is now showing them around the building and stuff like that. And the party has learned through this charmed individual who is human that there are underground tunnels. There is a wooden platform in the center of the warehouse. The second floor is kind of open balcony, if that makes any sense. Like it's a wraparound catwalk kind of a thing. There's a lot of chains and pulleys and mechanisms and the like. There's a third floor where a spiral staircase goes all the way down from the bottom to the top. The third floor has people in it and they're running around doing stuff.
Cool.
All right. Yes, sir. How long does suggestion last?
8 hours.
Okay, cool. So he continues walking and eventually starts rounding around, and the two guards who are staring at the crab in fear and shock and awe, one of them, the lizard folk, looks up and does like a double take and goes, "What's this?" He goes,
Oh, so sorry. We were actually scheduled for a tour today.
So you just walked through the firestorm that was just happening outside? Do you not see the huge giant, shut the fuck up, the huge giant crab?
Pinch.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
What's the password? They're fine. They're my friends. What's the fucking password?
Your mama's a whore.
He's charmed. Rolling initiative.
Shit. Do you not believe my cunning deception?
No, because your cunning deception was a joke.
What about the fact that I didn't know the crab, you know? I didn't see nothing.
It makes you stupid, all right? It makes you more sus.
I'm fine with that, but I'm about deception.
Roll initiative.
All I'm saying
And that's nice.
is I have a base 17 to deception.
Right, but you didn't actually try to deceive him. You did a joke.
I didn't see nothing. I was trying. That's my best attempt.
Let's get those initiative rolls.
Okay. What is my initiative as crab?
You have a...
I got
plus-
it pulled up.
Okay.
That was more so for me. Yeah. Back into the box.
What the... There we go.
Okay. 21.
21. Damn. Crab go burr. Okay. 21 from Stonks. Sia with a 19. I see you. 10 from Gene. Yes, there's a 13. Who am I missing? Dodger.
What's your initiative, mister?
I'm wondering if I should
Oh,
try and pull a sneaky one.
I got you. Yeah, I'm down for you trying to pull that, but you do still have to be somewhere in the initiative count. Does that make sense?
My initiative is 18.
Okay.
So how many is it? Just the two of them right now?
2 of them. There's a third one that's charmed. There's one downstairs, and there's a bunch of people on the floor above you. So 3 around you. One who is which charmed by Yester. Stonks, you're up first.
Woo! What's around me?
Okay.
The guy with the door?
Yeah, well, you're currently holding the door open because you have a strength of like insane.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of sitting there about 25 feet from you, really wide-eyed, just like trying to close the door, screaming a little.
Okay. Where is everyone else in relation? Are they like
Directly
anywhere near me?
above you, but they've now since walked a little bit around the catwalk a bit.
What's the building made out of?
The building is made out of stone, red brick.
Stone, or like red brick, like tiny bricks mortared together. How hard would it be to erupt through the floor that I'm below?
Floor is dirt.
Well, no, like if I want to go up, if I wanted to erupt through the second floor, my ceiling, their floor.
Got you.
Does that seem
You don't have a
feasible?
climbing speed.
I also have crab brain.
That's true. You are welcome to try.
I am pretty strong, but I'm not proficient in strong. I think I'm gonna. What's through the door that I'm currently holding open? Am I just being a
That's the
nuisance?
entrance into the warehouse.
Oh, and I'm on the inside already?
You are your crabby bits are your claws. You're on the outside with your claws holding it open. Also, it's like a wraparound deck. That's that on the second floor, but it's the inside. So the whole center is open and dangling with chains and mechanisms. The third floor is a solid all across ceiling.
Could I go inside?
Yeah.
I go inside.
You and then you do the sideways.
Pinching the whole time.
Yeah.
Making scuttling noises. What is there anything of note inside, outside of
Surrounded by
chains?
boxes, crates of various nature. So you're moving on in.
Yeah.
You get into the center where there's this wooden platform, currently
I really
latched,
shot a lot.
currently locked down with the wooden this wooden platform. And as you put your weight on it, it gives a little tunnel underneath.
Okay. Do I see the homies?
You do see the homies on the second floor, about 100 feet away, up on the catwalk, on the second floor.
Okay. I would like to move towards the homies.
Okay.
And if there's a dude between, like, in my, what do I have for movement? 30 feet. If there's a dude within my movement, I'd like to grab him.
Grab them.
know.
You can certainly try. Let's see what you got.
Wait. All right. I will attempt to claw.
Okay.
It is now murder crab time.
This is a green dragonborn you're grabbing a hold of.
17 to hit.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you got him. He rolled a 3.
Not like this. Okay, Peepaw's back. Sorry.
You're good. You've got him.
Okay. Oh, so then I need to roll damage and all that good stuff as crab. What's up?
You're trying to grab him? You're trying to like hurt him, or
No,
you're
I
trying
was
to
using
grapple
claw.
him?
I
Oh,
wanted
okay.
to
I see. I
claw
see. I see. My bad.
The
My
claw
bad, my
attack
bad.
present
attack.
on the huge giant crab stat block.
My
Yes.
apologies.
+9 to hit. 4d10 plus 5 bludgeoning damage. Escape DC 14. And to escape, you make the contested check on your turn as your action.
Cool.
3, 4. Oh god, 16, 19. 19 plus 7 is what, 36?
That is 26.
That's 26. I have small brain. I've been out in the sun all day. Ignore me. I do 26 and I pick them up and I scuttle towards the homies.
You
'cause
start
they
doing a
probably know what's
scuttle.
up.
One of the oh wait, it's not my turn. Sia, you're up. With Dodger on deck.
I'm assuming that we're forgoing stealth at this point. Are we still?
I think the
I might be able to try some kind of shenanigans to de-escalate, maybe. you want to hold your action in case it fails? Then you can shoot someone in the face or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold action to shoot
Okay.
the dude that found us out
Okay.
with my pistol and a lightning bullet. So
Okay. Awesome. Dodger, you're up.
All right. So far, it hasn't been hostile between the humans or the humanoids. I should
They're
say.
certainly
It's
gearing
only-
up for it, but
Right. It's only
just the
crab.
crab downstairs.
crab. Okay. Now hold on. Let's not get hasty. Did we get the name of the charmed guy? Did he introduce himself?
No.
Big fella here.
Big fella, he's right. We're all friends here.
Okay.
Even the big guy downstairs gave me his hat. He's
Okay.
supposed to be in there.
Now you can roll deception.
Can I assist with like a?
It's not your turn.
Non-verbal,
It's not your turn. Gotta stick to the rules, man.
I know,
I gotta
I
hold
know.
to it. I'm sorry.
I know.
I've told you like no like 5 times tonight, and we're like 10 minutes in. I apologize.
It's okay. I understand.
That's a 20 plus.
All right.
What's my deception? I don't know what my deception is. Oh, plus 7. This is 27.
Okay. Sees you. Looks at the hat.
Puts arm around charm guy like we've known each other forever. You know.
Charm guy puts his head on your shoulder. Okay. Which brings us to Yester. Or is there anything else you would like to do with your turn, Dodger?
I guess. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, nothing that wouldn't just be more talking.
Okay. Yester. You see the lizard folk kind of blankly, but the elf next to him is kind of disregarding you guys and keep an eye now on the crab. And he's like, he's got Jim.
I would like to use my action to. I go. Yeah, wouldn't it be a gross breach of security for your security guard to tell us the password? We're here on a tour, after all. I was supposed to come in next week and be y'all's entertainment. Just looking at the facilities.
The lizard folk looks at. You can roll deception. The lizard folk looks at you, looks at Dodger, looks at your fiddle,
23.
looks at your saxophone.
Oh no, I don't have a saxophone. The fiddle can just make that noise.
Oh. 23, and he goes, all right, then help us deal with whatever the fuck is going on with Jim. And okay, time for the lizard folk, who's going to kind of take one
But
last.
I still got a bonus
Oh,
action.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
I
sorry.
still got a
I'm
bonus
so sorry.
action. As my bonus action, I'm going to
Eldritch
say
Blast.
some unsettling words to the crab,
Oh.
but it's actually a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like,
RP this for me.
you dang nabbed crab! Why don't you go outside and de-escalate this situation?
Okay. All right. So the lizard folk is going to fix his crosshairs, lean over the put his gun, mount it on the railing, if you will, line up his shot on Stonks, and the crack of fire. That is a 15 to hit the crab.
That's a hit.
All right, that's one hit. He reloads with a 19 to hit. Okay, so the bullets themselves only do a d4. 2d, so 2d4 plus 3. So it's plus 6. That's 7 plus 6. That's 13 piercing damage. Followed up by 2d6 poison damage for each. So that's 4d6 poison damage. 14 poison damage. And that's Arcane Bullets, Dodger.
Oh, I know.
Gene, your turn.
I will hold my action for hostility because I don't know how this is gonna go at all.
Me neither. The charmed human. Sorry, you're gonna hold your action, bonus action, movement speed.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with the party as is.
Okay. The charmed human is gonna look at Yester. He's gonna go, "We gotta get you guys to a safe place. There might be more of them out there."
I don't think so. There's one giant. I've never seen this thing before.
There
in my
was
life.
a lot of fire and there was a lot of yelling and magic casting here, and he's gonna hand you a key.
Oh, where might this lead, my friend?
You can use it to get through the trapdoor upstairs. It's heavily fortified.
And where's that?
Gestures at the spiral staircase made of wrought iron.
Excellent. You're a good man.
Thanks. Yeah, we don't talk much these days.
No, we don't.
We gotta
You know,
catch up.
We do. After that whole stint back at college, you know, like it's.
Do you know about the sauce boss? The sauce
Sauce
boss
boss?
is coming in town.
Oh, remember that time he butt chugged a whole kettle of ketchup?
It was glorious. I hear he's got some new tricks.
Please don't tell me he's trying the spicy mustard next.
He said something about a horseradish.
He's doing it.
He's doing it.
He's doing the horsepower shuffle.
And the elf is going to take a shot at the crab. 2 shots. Both succeed in hitting. Okay. How many hit points does the crab have? Okay. 5 plus 6, so that's going to be 11 piercing damage, followed up with 18 poison damage. Which brings us to the Dragonborn that you've got in your meaty mitts. Your carapace clutches. So he has to burn an. Let me just look at it. He has to burn an action.
So with escape DC stuff, the target is grappled. When it says escape DC, you have to use your action to contest the check.
Yeah. He's not gonna try to break out. He's just gonna try to he pulls this little dagger from somewhere and tries to bury it in the meat in between the carapace, the joints, if you will. Which he's rolling at disadvantage, I do believe. Nope, just rolling straight. Oh, that's a crit. Okay. Bangers.
It's a magic knife that his grandpa gave me. It also does 4d4 fire damage.
You take 5 piercing damage. And that brings us up to Stonks, the crab himself.
Again? We're already back at the top?
We're at the top of the round. Some stuff happens upstairs that you guys aren't seeing.
Okay.
With Sia on deck.
Am still crab.
Yep.
I have a man in one hand. I'm gonna get another guy.
No, don't.
You told me to go outside and de-escalate the situation, but I hunger for human flesh.
No.
That House of Dragon episode reference, though. No.
Yeah, can I get to one of the dudes with the gun that's not being nice?
Those dudes are all up on the 2nd floor.
Okay, so this is the only man's that I just have to
Only
execute
man on the
the man
first
in my
floor.
hand.
Yeah, the only dude on the 1st floor.
How big is the pallet thing that you said that there was a tunnel?
You would be able to stand on it. Yep.
Would I be able to fit in the tunnel?
Probably, yeah. It's suspiciously large.
All right, hear me out. What if I make like a super villain and I like go like in your little dog too, and then me and the guy in my hand walk over the pallet and we like dive into the tunnel. I try to bait them into rescuing Jim. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna try and go down the tunnel with Jim.
You scuttle on top of the pallet, and Jim's like, no, and then it, and you are going down. Roll a dex save for me.
Oh God, where did it go? 12.
12. Okay, you are gonna take the full fall damage of 30 feet.
Damn crab. Well, really like 5 feet, because I'm like really big crab.
You take 12 falling damage,
Okay.
and you find yourself on another railway. In a dark tunnel.
I swear, if I get hit by a train, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, I technically haven't used my action yet because I just like walked onto the pallet and it broke. Okay,
Correct.
cool. I'm gonna eat the heck out of this dude. Yeah, I'm gonna use another claw attack because that's the only thing that this thing has.
Okay.
Hey-ya.
You have blind sight? What the hell?
15 plus 9 is 24.
24 hits.
And can I use Bardic Inspiration on damage?
Do you
Yes,
have
you can.
Bardic Inspiration?
Is it
Yeah, you
D8?
do.
I
Yep.
gave him Bardic
Yep, 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 yep,
Inspiration,
yep.
So this man.
That's what I told him to de-escalate the situation. And then he was like, I'm gonna go underground.
I'm gonna get in this hole.
He just, you can escalate and you can de-escalate, and he chose to de-escalate. Very quickly he de-escalated.
Okay. Fucking. He's gonna take 34 points of bludgeoning damage and be like super help.
Yeah, he's dead.
I consume his flesh.
You consume him, and you watch the elf go, Jim? Jim!
Can I like burp up his clothes
Yeah, absolutely.
back up to the center, back up to where they're at? Yeah.
Just splat. And the human and the elf both look mortified. The lizard folk is just like, huh. All right. Which brings us to Sia.
Can I
With
keep
Dodger on
holding
deck.
my action for someone attacking us?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna keep up with wherever the party's moving.
Okay. Dodger. With Yester on deck.
So where is this underground bit that
It's in the
first
center
floor
of
that
the
he's
warehouse. On the bottom floor. You being a man of technology, a man of machines, now that you've kind of got some context and stuff like that, you wager a rail car could be lowered down. And that this warehouse is basically built around being able to brace that kind of stress.
How close where are the bad guys placed?
By now the two bad guys are about 40-50 feet from you, by the spiral staircase, which goes up to the 3rd floor and down to the 1st floor.
Oh, okay, so they're not by the hole.
No.
Bummer. All right. Did we want to go down in the tunnel? Is that...
I just didn't.
Dodger,
know
real
what-
quick,
I
make a
didn't realize-
perception check for me.
I didn't realize it was just gonna be a train. I didn't realize it was just a subway.
That was an 8.
Is an 8.
good roll.
Well, it's a good thing that Stonks has been so aggressive, because you do see that one of the crates that has been kind of broken from the barricade that he broke through, you can see various packages now of your bullets kind of scattered along the floor.
Confirmed. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll also just hold an action for hostility.
Okay. With an 8, you do still hear more stuff going on the floor above you, with some sense of urgency. You're holding your action. Okay. Yes, sir.
All right. I have the key. How far away is the center of the room?
Center of the room.
Like where Stonks fell down the hole. It's got to be pretty close, right?
It's. You could dash and take some fall damage and get to it.
How high up are we?
About 20 feet.
I'll leap the rail and jump down onto the main floor.
You leap the rail. 7 fall damage.
Oof.
You're gonna feel that in your knees in the morning.
I'm going to then use my full movement to move 30 feet. Can I see Stonks in the hole yet?
Yeah. You use your 30 feet movement. You're still about 20 feet away, but you can see, if not here, crab.
Could I, as part of my action, make a part of my movement, make a deceptive little speech?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Wait! I've seen this magic before. Someone devious has transformed this man into a crab and turned him crazy. I will set him free.
Okay.
And then I will cast Dispel Magic on the crab.
Stonks.
Does it sound like they buy my shit?
They're already kind of allied to you. So whether or not they like 100% believe it or not, they're not like opposed to your actions, if that makes sense. Especially because of essentially Dodger and the charming of Dodger's costume, disguise kit, and your charming of the human.
Okay.
Stonks, you are mid crunch. You're doing a munch.
It's delicious.
And then suddenly you are bones again. And
Well, I've got to contest the Dispel Magic first.
oh, my bad.
Because Polymorph is a
Why are
4th
you-
level spell, right?
Why are you turning me into bones? Why?
Stonks?
Why are you doing this?
Because we're not gonna fight these dudes, and we're gonna RP our way through here.
Really weird moment we're having right now. Is this real?
This is Thursday, right?
Right.
We kill people.
Try to turn over a
Normally-
new leaf.
Normally I would agree, but being a warlock suddenly changes your opinion of when to fight and when not to, because resources are slim.
We're a little low on resources. Maybe.
So you
maybe-
think? So hold on. What's the game plan here? You turn me back into Stonks and they're just cool with it? I just ate Jim.
Well, I'm gonna be like, he was crazy, guys.
He's also a skeleton.
You just played dead at the bottom of the hole and actually it didn't work.
I'd have to get naked.
You could just be dead whoever was turned into a crab.
All right.
Dude, this isn't good. If you don't like the plan, I can change
No,
it.
it's a plan. I can't contribute to the plan. I just don't understand what our end goal is.
Our end goal is to de-escalate the situation, go upstairs, figure out what's happening there, and
Yeah,
then
I
we'll
thought I
just-
de-escalated it. I ate the guy.
He's not the only guy here, though.
There's at
Oh.
least
I mean, you
There's
want to
like
crawl back
3
out and eat
other-
the other two? I don't.
People saw you eat him.
they've watched you. There was
You
witness-
burped up his clothing.
I really feel like the fact that I wasn't here for because I was at work for the first bit has really helped me get into the headspace of Tonks crab.
Crab.
I de-escalated the situation. You killed a guy, and who was? What? And were there witnesses? 3.
And all my friends.
So
So we Gucci with the plan. Dispel magic.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I don't want this to be awkward PvP. Well, I got some bad news, everybody.
Doesn't work.
It doesn't work. I cast Dispel Magic. That's a cheeky little 12.
That's against
Shit.
Taco's polymorph.
Yep. What DC 14?
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So yeah, you do not succeed in boning the crab. Yeah,
Bonus
said it.
action.
Uh-huh.
Fuck. That's it.
That's at least an action. Okay.
6 seconds, baby. All right, that's my turn. I did
Okay.
the best I could.
The lizard folk pauses. Oh my god, Alexandra, you did not have to do that. Everyone go follow Small Bird Lexi. Small Bird Lexi. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. You're the best. Okay. The lizard folk doesn't really know what to do. And so he's going to reload, descend the spiral staircase, and
Min, guys, min.
kind of start making his way.
Am I luring them in?
Feed the crab.
Kind of moves up alongside Yester.
No.
And
I
looks
am Jabba the
down,
Hutt's pit monster. Be my Jabba.
and
Let's go.
And he's burned. Oh my god! And he's burned his action to get all the way there. Gene,
If you think I'm less confused as to what's happening right now,
you and me both, brother. It's not how I thought this was gonna go at all.
This has been a very confusing. This is why we don't RP. It's much simpler when we just kill things.
I regret my
started
decision to talk our way out of this.
Well, it's like the whole party said we're gonna talk our way out of this, and then the person who was absent and a crab was like, "But I was hungry."
is there a way to get to the ground floor that's not hopping the rail?
A spiral staircase.
Is it super far away? Or
It's about 40 feet away from you. So hopping this spiral staircase might be hopping the rail might be the move.
I could feather fall you.
oh, that'd be a waste. Oh, I've got this temp HP. Yeah, I'll just hop the rail.
Okay. You take 8 falling damage.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh yeah. No talking, only killing. I'm sorry, I don't know what they're doing. I don't.
And then I'll walk over to where everybody's kind of crowding around the crab feeding and
Yeah.
just
Lizard folk is kind
Oh.
of leaning over and kind of going, I think he's trapped down there.
looking for us, am I right?
Okay.
Waiting for
You gonna punt him? You gonna Spartan
Lucky
kick
for
him?
us, am I right?
How many people are there around the hole?
You, Yester, and the lizard folk.
And that's it.
That's it.
Is there any? I'll do a cursory glance.
You take a cursory glance. The human and the elf gangsters are still back up with the rest of the party.
Well, there's the human who
Are-
was charmed, and then
Yep.
the elf one, who the only other witness.
Right.
But there's only one other witness.
But if I show open hostility, it's going to, break. It's gonna break the suggestion.
Well, here's what's gonna happen:
Would
is
it?
it's gonna proc Dodger and Sia's held actions.
Yeah.
Right.
Are those targeted at the elf? Because if they're targeted at the elf, we could insta-give both of them.
We could. And also,
Mine
the
was it.
suggestion wouldn't break necessarily. Suggestion only breaks if you deal damage to it.
What was your Sia?
Who was that initially?
Charmed. That was the human.
Not the charm who found us out.
That was the
because
lizard
Yes, made a
folk.
joke. Okay, that's who my actions
Okay.
held for.
Okay.
Oh, bring me the elf.
So the lizard folk is by the hole, or the elf is by
The
the
lizard folk is by the hole.
I mean, if you slipped and fell and tried to catch yourself on the lizard folk and brought him down with you,
take the shove action.
Accidents do happen.
I mean, I thought about, tripping and then turning that into a shove, but I don't really see much point in it. I'll hold my action, and I'll change my previous held action for open hostility to, if that lizard man turns on us even the slightest bit, I will just stiff arm him right into into the crab cage.
Okay. The charmed human is now very concerned for Yester's well-being. You also have the key. So he's looking up and he's realizing he can't get up to safety anymore. And what do I do? I don't. Hang on. Okay.
I mean, the suggestion says, sorry.
He's gonna pull out a sending stone, and he's gonna go. It was a giant crab, but it's broken through, and it's fallen down the hole. Please advise. To which the elf is going to start walking long ways away from the party, towards the back of the catwalk, potentially provoking an opportunity of attack from Dodger or Sia.
Opportunity attack or their held actions, you mean?
It's not held actions, it would be opportunity of attack, because he's leaving range.
Oh. Wait, the human or the elf? I heard elf, I'm sorry.
The elf.
That's why oh.
The human finished up, and now it's the elf's turn.
All right, where was he going?
Away from you guys, along the catwalk.
To
around
go
the back.
upstairs, or
No, he's trying to walk around to look down the hole better, but
okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't want
okay.
to cause open hostilities just yet.
Stonks.
Yep.
You're up. This is just what's happening, guys. Is it's combat, but no one's doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's blowing my mind. Do we just leave combat? This has never happened.
I mean,
I've been the only one taking combat actions, and that's just whenever they feed me someone and they don't want to feed me someone.
if they're not hostile towards us and we're not hostile to them, then technically we're not in combat with each other. So we could just drop combat.
Okay, let's drop combat.
And that way we can
Stonks is just
we can play
doing-
the scenario regularly until it changes.
I like it. A tense
Stonks
moment.
is just
passes.
giving cute puppy crab eyes and doing grabby hands towards the open hole above him. Hungrily.
The lizard folk looks at Jean and goes, "Close those gates before anyone sees."
What gates?
The ones the crab came through. We gotta hide this hole fast. People will be showing up from that fight outside. We gotta fix this up.
Oh.
Looks at Yester and goes, "You got mending by any chance, fancy lad?"
Probably. Let me just scratch my head a little bit. Yeah, I got mended.
All right, start plugging up
mosey
this
over
hole.
and close the gates.
Well, hold on. That is most likely a transmogrified person in there.
Good, he can die down there.
No, that's an innocent.
So?
I'm gonna like gesture that I want to grab his face.
He doesn't
May
make you
I?
grab his face.
I ask him permission first.
He says no. He's like,
I get very close, but without touching them. That is an innocent man. Now I can't have any blood on my hands if you want to hear one of the best songs in your life. So we're gonna get him out of there. I'm not going back to prison.
roll persuasion.
Oh, it's a 20.
Oh yeah, damn.
That's a 21. I rolled an 11.
It begins.
Chad, if you're new here, Yester over here has a baseline of 20. Well, it's a baseline of 10, and he's got a plus 10 to persuasion. Fine. But don't get mad at me when Lucky Bitch Bishop decides to skin you.
I'll skin him first. There's more than one way to skin a cat, after all.
What?
Crab!
Ah!
Reveal your true form!
Pinch, pinch.
I don't
I'm
think
going
it's a
to use a feature I
transmogrified
haven't
individual.
used.
I think it's a jack crab.
I'm going to use a feature I haven't used yet. As an action, I'm going to choose 4 creatures. They can now magically understand me regardless of the languages they speak. They do not need to speak any languages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, walk around the catwalk with the elf.
Okay.
And if he's like looking over the hole, I'm also going to be, next to him looking over the hole.
Okay.
And I will make eye contact with Jean.
I understand you.
Whenever I come back from closing the gate,
Yeah, so you go to, you have some difficulty with it, but you manage to close the gate.
lock
Alright,
it
I've-
tight.
I have chosen
Violence.
Dodger, Jean, Crab, and Sia.
Okay.
I'm speaking in Dwarvish. So the other 2 cannot hear me, hopefully, unless they speak Dwarvish. But everyone else can understand me, and I go, all right, here's the plan. Jean, shove him into the hole. Dodger, can you shove that man into the hole? Snap your fingers if yes. Tap the rail if no.
You can try to. You can definitely easily throw him over, but it would be pretty impressive. You'd be hard pressed to successfully shove him over the rail and all the way out into the hole. But it's doable.
In that case, can you if you can shove him over the rail? See ya. Use one of them lightning spells.
I have
Get-
lightning lore.
Be smacked prone, and therefore he will be unable to. He'll be his if he makes a dexterity saving throw, it'll be harder for him. Jean, shove him in the hole. I'm gonna knock the man unconscious with one of my spells, and that way Peepaw over here is gonna have an easier time dealing with them. This is the plan. We shut the gates. We do it fast.
It's a garbage disposal. At the bottom is just our crab.
Yeah.
Go on.
Dodger, if you can do this plan, snap your fingers. If not, tap the rail.
Just absently.
Snaps finger. Okay. Jean, if you can do this plan, scuff your boot. If you can't, tap your heel.
These are my good boots. Why would I scuff?
Scuff it on the floor. Just like a kick.
He does the aw kick. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I would like to put it on record. This is morally dubious at best.
They're gangsters.
Is it in all likelihood I'd have blew his head off with a shotgun anyway, so I don't know that this is any worse. Feeding him to a giant crab, I don't know.
Are you scuffing your boot?
I'll scuff my boot as I walk back over.
Okay.
See ya. If you can do this plan,
Is that Norvish?
clap. Stretch your fingers out lengthways. If you can't, clap your hands a little bit. Excellent. Peepaw, Stonks, if you can do this plan, pinch your claws. If you can't, make a crab noise.
The crab silently spins in a circle
All right.
and then pinches its claws.
Everybody, take your ready actions.
Ready your actions. On your mark.
I'll as I walk back over, I'll be in the correct position behind Lizard Bro.
Lizard Bro
I'm
goes,
holding-
you know Dwarvish?
You don't?
I do not know Dwarvish. You know Dwarvish?
No.
Well, I try to speak to it in a language that I suppose maybe a crab would speak.
Dwarvish.
I don't know. Do you know what languages crabs speak?
It seems to like it down here, so maybe it's from underground.
crab.
Well, I don't know crab.
But you know Dwarvish?
In Dwarvish, I say to Gene, shove him. You're the you kick us off.
I
Are
am
we
holding
still
my action.
telepathically connected or whatever.
Yeah, whenever
I
I
can
speak
still understand.
Dwarvish, you guys can understand me.
I'm holding
Okay.
my
I
action
understand
to
Dwarvish, so-
indiscriminately claw attack the next humanoid that falls into the hole.
Indiscriminately.
well,
Okay.
Yes.
I guess I will attempt to shove.
Do good, Gene.
Alright.
It's,
Uh-oh.
I don't have the largest strength ever.
Athletics.
Oh.
May-
Oh, I do have proficiency in athletics. at
That's
least.
the skill you use for shove action.
Some amount of forethought went into my character. Hey, that's pretty all right. 22 for the
22.
shove action.
He leans over and is just around the part of like, he speaks crap. Oh.
Sorry.
Stunks, to your absolute glee, you see a screaming lizard folk falling down to you. He's gonna take the 3d6 falling
As
damage.
as he gets shoved, my held action goes off.
Right.
I need him to make a wisdom saving throw, please. Except I'm going to give him my portent 12.
Okay, that's a 13.
Oof.
All right, he is paralyzed. Now
goes,
P5.
Ragdolls.
Completely lucid, mind you, as stonks, quote, indiscriminately.
Claw attacks him.
While you're doing that, Dodger and Sia? Dodger's
what?
up first, I believe.
Oh, he's like paralyzed and prone. It's with auto
I have a
crit.
question.
Yeah, what's up, Sia?
When the dude gets pushed over, is he going directly into the hole, or does he need to be moved closer to the hole?
He will, depends on Dodger's role.
Okay.
He might need to be pushed
talking about
closer
the
to the
elf?
hole. Yeah, he's
The elf.
talking about the elf.
Yeah, okay.
Am I near the hole?
Not
'Cause I jumped-
particularly, no.
Okay.
Come on, Sia, let him get a pinch.
It's safe to say that in readying
I'm trying
up,
to-
you can manipulate you can move yourself around. We're not in combat.
Okay, I'm gonna move closer to the pit
Okay.
to prepare for.
Okay. That all happens. Dodger?
Right. Does the elf like lean over to see
Yeah, he's trying
the
to see the
horror?
crab. He's trying to see the crab. He hasn't even registered his boy being shoved in yet.
Okay.
Dodger, don't you
Yeah.
happen to do you have repelling blast?
Uh,
Vacation?
do I? I don't think so.
Okay, then
I
make an
actually do.
athletics check. Make an athletics check.
No, I have agonizing blast.
What's your other invocation?
Mask of Many Faces and Book of Ancient Secrets.
Valid.
All right, so you said athletics.
Yes, sir. This episode's getting renamed to garbage disposal.
17.
17. You managed to grab him by the belt, grab him by the back of his neck, and hurl him over. Sia, you're watching him fall, and you realize he needs a little more oomph to get him in the hole.
Okay, so am I gonna have to push him away from me or towards me?
Away from you, into the hole,
Okay.
or towards you, whichever you need to do in this moment. Really, you've been able to set yourself up in the ideal way.
Well, if I'm kind of on the another side of it from him, then I could pull him towards me.
Okay, so you're on the other side of the hole.
I'm just gonna snag him with lightning lure
Okay, you
and pull him towards me.
your two arms make a pulling forward gesture, and he's is there a roll? What do we do?
He needs a strength
Oh no.
thing, but he's falling, so
Yeah. Disadvantage. That is what's he need to make? Sorry.
14.
14. It's a 13.
Yeah, then he's
Okay, he is pulled into the hole. Dodger.
Can I, as I throw him over, can I also make a sleight of hand?
Oh, I like that. Yeah, make a sleight of hand.
Steal his undies.
Steal his magical ammo. Oh, that's only a 4. Never mind.
Okay. You get something off of him. Small pack, small leather-bound folder. Oh! For Geeks by Geeks, great name. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. We're doing the garbage disposal play, where Stonks is a huge giant crab at the bottom of a hole, and the party is just pushing the enemies in. Okay, in goes the elf, screaming, and to your continued glee, Stonks, a second body falls at your feet.
So the first one who fell in, I rolled a 22 to hit.
That hits.
He was paralyzed, so it's an automatic crit. He
Right.
took 47 damage.
He's dead. You can.
Okay.
You do a munch. Oh my god.
I do it again.
I'm gonna do it again. As the elf falls screaming.
Where my
falling damage.
D20 at?
Oh, he takes a lot of falling
Sorry,
damage.
mate.
He takes a lot of falling damage. He goes, ah! Just the double tap of falling damage.
Like a double jump.
The lightning do damage
that-
too?
honestly the.
Or
Yeah.
does it just move them?
Oh.
Lightning lure does damage.
Oh my god. He might be dead before he gets to you, Stomp. Let's get that lightning lure damage as I roll up the falling damage.
he has to be within 5 feet of me before he gets damage, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
Sag.
So no damage.
But
Still, 6d6 falling damage is nothing to sniff at.
You fell 60 feet?
Yeah, from the second floor to the basement. Yeah.
Oh, what a silly goose. Why'd it do that?
Why did he do that?
I rolled a 17 to hit.
17 hits.
Is he prone when he gets down here?
Yup.
Oh, that's advantage, brother.
And I'm gonna roll to see if he goes into shock.
Still
Yep, he goes
17
into
hit.
shock by taking more than half his hit points in a single swing of damage.
All right. Let's see if he survives. Biggest duckest dice.
He's
Take
doing
me
the
to glory.
Family Guy crumple. You know what I'm talking about?
Peter, don't turn me into crab food. Lois, look, I'm a gigantic crab. Lois.
29 crab damage.
He's so dead. You scoop up this elf, and he's just in shock. You can see
Can I cut him
various
in half with
bits
my
of ribs
pincers?
poking out. You. Okay.
I do a little
Snip.
crab dance on their
what did we
bodies.
get here?
A scuttle back and forth.
Aside
pinching
from
whole
the
time.
aside from the crab noises, the warehouse falls quiet. Even those on the third floor seem to go quiet.
I'm gonna turn to our friend. Well, it seems like the crab is gone.
I go back to Stonks.
He goes. This is the charmed human,
Yeah.
and he goes, "Oh, is Johnny and Lonnie okay?"
They're doing an inspection to make sure that everything's still structurally sound in the basement, it seems.
Roll deception at advantage. And
This
for
is
all the new
what
people who
base-
just raided, our Yester the Bastard Hawthorne is a bard. Level 8 right now, level 9,
Bard
Eight.
6, Wizard 2.
and he has a standing 10 roll for his deception with a plus
And
10
persuasion.
and persuasion with a plus 10 to that roll. So whatever he rolls for deception and persuasion is at least a 20.
So this is where I would tell you in this situation that I rolled a nat 20, so it's a 27.
At disadvantage? Or sorry. Yeah, at
With
advantage. At advantage.
Yeah. I rolled a 5 and a 20.
And he goes, All right, I'll let the guys upstairs know that everything's all right.
Why don't you come downstairs and get us first?
Oh yeah, I need the key. And he starts moseying himself, his charmed ass, down the spiral staircase and just kind of happily bumbles over to you and goes,
Hearing this person walk downstairs, Stonks reflexively puts up his hands and makes a pincher motion.
Stonks, you are a skeleton.
Feed me!
I'm going to throw down a rope for Stonks.
oh yeah, you gotta get our boys out of there.
Yeah, why don't you turn away quickly? We gotta put one of them in a disguise. He's a little bit disfigured right now. We don't want the boys upstairs to see him, you know. After the crab, it kind of got him a little bit, but we just need to make sure that everything's okay, right?
Okay.
Pull up Stonks.
A bee!
You gotta grab the rope.
Let me try again. Put him back down.
Throw it back down.
I like take it, I like put it down my shirt, and I like tie it around my spine with like a quick slip knot.
That's good. That's disgusting. I just yank you up as hard as I can.
I give no effort, and I like get pulled like from like a string, like from my belly button, like straight up, like I'm just laying limp.
It's slowly spinning. Just looks like he's in like a Cirque du Soleil. Just
Exactly.
Like some grotesque umbilical cord. I wish I could say it was the weirdest thing that's happened today.
Sadly, it's not.
I pull up Stonks. I'm gonna hurriedly untie the thing. Now. All right, you can turn around.
Oh!
No, it's all right.
It's Johnny.
It's not all right.
It's Johnny's skeleton.
It's a
He died.
disguise. It's a disguise. He didn't
Oh.
die.
What?
Magic.
It's Halloween. You want some candy? Happy Halloween.
You got some?
Dodger pulls out a candy out of his bag.
He actually does. Yeah, Dodger actually does have candy.
I have candy. Yep.
Oh.
Theo
Wow.
also has candy.
I was gonna give him a tiny, insignificant bone. Tell him it was like a mint. Like give him a fingertip.
Oh gosh.
Dodger, you
Actually a
reach out.
monster.
You reach out to grab a candy. He's looking at Stonks, and Stonks just hands him a piece of bone, and he goes, "Okay, yeah."
Trick or
Oh.
treat.
Johnny,
Good, right?
why is it moving?
If you look closely, you can see in his gloved hand, Stonk is wiggling the part of his finger, like the rest of that finger.
Looks at Yester.
Oh God, help him! Don't.
I punch him in the stomach as hard as I can. Like, get out of it!
Make
Get out
a
of it!
make a medicine check, or sorry, a survival check.
That is not how that works.
Guidance.
Got it. 8.
If he dies, I have the best
8.
plan.
He goes. He's turning like purple.
I do the proper maneuver and attempt as well.
Make a medicine check. Sorry, a survival check. Damn.
If this guy dies, I'm so ready.
I'm honestly just tempted to let it happen.
8. It's an 8. Oh.
Kind of deserves it.
And he's down.
You cured this whole warehouse. Mostly as a crab.
And then as a genius later, I'm gonna
Dogs, what the
start.
hell?
I'm gonna start casting animate dead on the body.
How long does that take?
1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Halfway through that minute,
Ah, damn it.
you guys start smelling smoke. And then the telltale teleportation magic from upstairs.
They just lit this warehouse on fire.
They absolutely did, yeah, and I could definitely locked us inside of the warehouse.
Stonks, while casting everything, kind of just like points, like doing hand somatic stuff with his other hand, like points at the hole. Because this takes verbal somatic material, but it basically like that's something out.
Doesn't really help us much. We're here to investigate, so maybe go check upstairs first.
Okay.
That's where the fire is.
Right, but before the fire destroys the evidence, you see.
All right, I'm gonna run up the spiral staircase with the key and try to get upstairs.
You run up the spiral staircase with the key.
Same.
Dodger's following.
All right, Dodger and Gene is following.
Theo will also follow.
So he's following. Stonks is doing. What's your minute-long cast look like for unaliving the dead?
Basically, Stonks' hand is like, he's just like trying to remove his skeleton from its flesh prison. He's trying to liberate the bones. But he can't like.
I love it.
He's not like, but the thing is he has no tools to do it. Like he can't like actually like
So
cut
it's
him open
just
and
kind
do
of
the thing.
scratch,
Yeah, he's
bone.
just kind of like tugging at him, and for like a minute, and then the skeleton's like, I'm free.
I hate it. I love it. Hate it. It's nightmare fuel. All right, Yester. Trapdoor. You're up.
Do I see anything in here? What do I see?
You see a stick of dynamite.
You fools.
How close is it to being blowing up?
You've got maybe 2 turns. The whole group does. The whole group has 2 turns. The party gets up into the area.
Is there a window up here?
Yep. There's windows all around. Couple
Okay,
of
alright.
desks.
I'll take a look at the dynamite
You see,
and a look at the window, and I'll shoot out the window.
Okay.
There's my action. Window.
How far
shot
away is the
out.
dynamite?
the dynamite is on the other side of the room. This room is a bit smaller.
How big is the room?
You can see various crates and stuff like that, which makes this smaller, if that makes sense, like desks and stuff like that, kind of bringing the room together. It's about 45 feet from you, under a table. You know it's dynamite because you see the wick.
Okay. Under a table.
Like on the underside of a table. Dodger, you see multiple stacks of paper. You can see a couple of pieces of paper have already been destroyed. And then once combat broke out inside the warehouse, they decided to go a little more extreme. And that's about the time when the things started getting quiet. When they realized they probably didn't have enough time.
I'm going to use my movement to move up 30 feet, my action to dash.
Okay.
As part of my movement, I'm going to use the interact with object action, and I'm going to just rip the dynamite.
You gotta be gentle. You gotta be gentle.
I'm going to be gentle with it. I'm then going to toss the dynamite to Dodger, who's still by the door.
Yes, sir. You're looking. You've got. Sorry, Dodger. You're looking. You're taking all this in. Dynamite's being thrown at you. Being tossed to you.
Oh, Mike. Is it still flaming, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna prestidigitate and put the fire out, the wick out.
Oh, that works.
I
But
was not
for
thought of
me,
that. That's clever.
but for me, it's just for Dodger, it's just
Everyone's standing there, and then you guys hear the glass hit the floor outside.
I sure hope there isn't more than one of those.
Everyone has a moment of listening, and then they hear down on the first floor. Ah!
I get it! Friend!
It's not capable of
Why?
speech.
I
Well,
think that went pretty well, all things considered.
we have dynamite now.
Our friend downstairs is procreating, even though it was just a tip.
The God, that was amazing.
Oh, Jared, you're on fire.
Wow. That's all it takes sometimes, man. It's just...
You said this episode was garbage disposal, but it's not anymore. It's just the tip.
Just the tip? You right. You right. Hang on.
I love that. Thank you.
Weird freaking episode this has been.
Yep. Done. Just the tip. All right. Cool. Yeah, so the bones tear the arms come up and start tearing at itself, and eventually the bones all kind of come out, and you now have Stonks Jr. It's not capable of speech or anything like that. Dodger, add a stick of dynamite to your inventory. It is on a short fuse. You will have to take time to refuse it if you want to do something more
Right.
controlled. Also, just fair warning, you have a stick of dynamite on your person.
Right.
If not, don't forget that, because if fire, looking at you, Sia, if fire, problems.
Fireball only lights things on fire that are being worn or that aren't being worn or carried.
And I'm not planning on shooting him with lightning, so
Unless you would like for us to have that in our stratagem.
I'm just saying, be cautious of fire in general.
Okay, just letting you know.
And lightning, that's fair. Okay. Dodger. Roll investigation as you begin poring over all of this information that you find up here.
I'll help him dig through.
Okay, roll at advantage.
Investigation.
Yes.
Freelance investigator.
I could also do some investigating.
Sure, roll investigation.
Oh wait, Stonks could also do some investigating. I'm smart.
You're
21.
downstairs. You make your way upstairs with Skeleton Boyo.
With friend.
17.
17, okay. And you said 21 yesterday?
Yeah.
Okay. You're definitely aware that a lot of other pertinent information to Lucky Bitch Bishops, there was a priority, and it was not involved with what you're currently looking for. And because of that, you find some answers.
Love those.
The Lucky Bitch has been, in fact, intercepting your shipments of magical ammo on this location. But you find strange notes that belie a partnership. He is working with someone, but it's all coded. What you do glean is that this other person, what they're getting out of the deal is half the magical ammo. And what they're doing to contribute to the deal is they have been forging your name. They have been forging your signature. Someone
Dude.
has been paying you instead of the government, instead of the Pride. You discover that on paper, the Pride has been under the understanding, the misconception that you've been dead for months. Which means months of shipments have been going to the Lucky Bitch Bishop, who has been distributing his half to various people and the other half to someone else. And that someone else has been paying you for said ammo. Getting half the ammo and then doing whatever with that. For months. That's the scary thing.
Love that. for everyone.
If you guys can crack the code, you can find out who this is. I don't know
It's
how you'll go
Stones.
about doing that. It's very intricate. But Dodger, you do know someone who might be able to be up to the task. You guys might be able to do it. I'm not sure.
Can I look at it and kind of look into my tome, and I will ritual cast comprehend languages?
I don't think that works for code.
Does it not? Would it like help make it easier in some way? Would it make like a deciphering roll possibly less?
Sure, because it is a written language in its own way, in its own weird way. DM says yes, roll a cool.
It does specify spoken language for comprehend language.
Ooh.
Any written language that you see, but you must be touching the surface of which the words are written. So it does work for this
Okay.
as well.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay.
I just
okay,
read the
okay.
first sentence and was like,
You know, I think my tome has something in there. Just like kind of flip through, compare, flip through, and however long, 10 minutes for a ritual.
Sure.
Can I-
What's everyone else
can I-
doing in those 10 minutes?
I did an investigation check of my own for a 21, or would I more or less just find more of the stuff that I would give to Dodger?
What you find, Yester, is the little spider. The little mechanical spider. You guys have changed the narrative. You guys do find the spider.
Is it broken?
It is currently turned off. But it's the same one.
Because I watched Dodger repair it, could I like find the on button?
It takes you 10 minutes, but yeah.
Why'd you make
Sia,
it stop by
Jean,
shaking it?
Stonks. What are you guys up
is
to?
I am Stonks and Stonks too.
Everyone, look at that
Are-
bicep though.
Nice. Are choreographing dances.
Okay. Jean, what
Yes,
were
they
you
should.
saying?
I remember there being a distinct smell of fire, so recalling that, I'm gonna look around for the fire.
That would have been the fuse.
Oh, that is a very aromatic fuse. Okay, well, all right, fair. Okay, well, okay. Then I'm, looking through whatever crap on the desk I can.
Okay. Sia?
Sia is monitoring anything that's going, she's watching out the windows or whatnot, because there were shenanigans going out there at one point or another.
Okay.
So make sure that no one's
You can see that it's starting to rain, and that final bit of push is what finally disperses the mob outside, on the other side of the rail yard. Dodger,
Yes.
would this be an investigation?
I prefer it be something that doesn't have a -1 to it.
Yes, sir. Well, you're making the roll easier. Yes, sir. What would you... Offbeat. Protege. What would you...
Would it be perception? Because I'm trying to perceive.
Prodigy. Sorry.
Prodigy.
Perception. Yeah, are you kidding? That was to Offbeat. What would you make this roll?
So he's trying to decipher
A code.
a code?
A coded message within the writings. We
Now,
could just do a...
There's a few ways I would personally go about this depending on what the player has.
Okay.
But also this is a little bit more of like how I tend to do stuff. If this is something that can be decoded later, I might pick something like, history, because like maybe this is a code that has been used throughout history in wartime, and that's something you could potentially levy. If it's using script from different languages and they have that language in their thing, it might provide some variable assistance. Deception, I would even allow a potential deception check because that pertains to all means of deception, and code is a form of deception in and of itself. If you're looking for a...
What about a straight intelligence check?
That is also something, but that would be determined, I think, by the player's means of going about it and how they word the check.
Okay,
If they're just
so-
trying to raw big brain it, then I would run it off of what they are trying to say and see what skill best befits what they're trying to do.
Okay, Dodge, I'll say this. It's a bunch of underscores. It is a complex code of almost like when you're dictating from like World War II era to someone on a typewriter, you say stop a bunch. It looks like every now and then they said stop twice, and on the second stop they would mark an underscore, and that's the code. So how do you want to go about this?
Well, my intelligence is 8.
Okay.
So,
I can vibe with this whole deception thing. If you want to take that path, if that's easier, Mr. Charisma based.
and I'll take that if you're gonna give it to me.
Sure.
So cast guidance. This is a dirty 20.
Wow. Okay. Sorry, I gotta think. I've narratively backed myself into a corner, but you get to the answer. Sorry, I'm kind of just we're basically out of time for the night, so I'm just gonna say that you begin to understand that this is Crooked Feather.
I called it before we even looked at the thing.
You did.
It's
you did
in
call
the
it.
chat. I said A1 day 1 like 7 minutes ago. It's Crooked Feather. Round 2, lick my butthole, everyone. I was right.
What element is it? Just
Suck
the
on my
DMs everyone this
carapace. What's the party do? Dodger, how do you react?
This is all starting to make sense. Crooked Feather's behind it.
I mean, he is crooked. It's right there in the name.
Yeah, I know. He kind of advertises that one.
He's not real subtle.
So you're telling me Crooked Feather's been working with Lucky Bitch, pretending that you're dead, pretending that Hughes is dead, selling that to the Pride, puts out a hit on the big three and Stonks, trying to consolidate power. It seems maybe he was tired of Lucky Bitch being in on this deal. Who was the one who was purchasing the goods directly from Hughes? That's the question we need to figure out.
That's Crooked Feather.
So Crooked Feather's purchased it directly from you, and I guess what he was trying to maybe pull is kill all three of them at the same time and stonk so that he can't buy him out afterwards. Consolidate the power, get control of all of the gangs, and then have the full supply of your magical bullets. And then the Pride doesn't even know anything, so they don't come in and investigate. All they see is the big three are assassinated. Almost a clever play. Almost.
Surprised they didn't put a hat for me.
Well, why would they put a hit out on you when you're supplying them? You wouldn't have figured
Also-
any of this out unless you came up and checked.
If we have proof that Crooked Feather put out the hit, we got Bishop and him and the big three in our pocket for forever.
Proof would be difficult. You've got a
mean, we have
message.
two
You've got an
bounty
animal
hunters.
messenger spell from someone else who claimed to speak on behalf of Crooked Feather, and you've got a code that kinda makes you suspect of Crooked Feather.
So I didn't decipher it completely. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Like I didn't decipher enough for it to
you
be
have
proof.
means to. I gotta figure out a way to narrate that. I gotta figure that out. I will figure that out. Whether it's deception
time.
or yeah.
Basically, what I'm asking is
shot.
like, do we still need to go to the person that I'm thinking I need to go to get it like solidly deciphered for proof reasons?
You would
or...
certainly get more information.
Okay.
If you took that path.
Dodger's gonna start collecting as much of the ammo from here as possible.
There's a lot more than you'd be able to carry.
Well, we can get the deputies in here and
Get a little bit of a reacquisition.
I was able to scratch the surface, but I know someone who could decode it further.
You do?
My old mentor, Obadiah.
Obadiah. Where's Obadiah currently located? Is he on our path when we were headed to the Pride, right? In the capital city?
If you were to look at the map, which the chat currently is, you are at number 16. Number 17 is where Obadiah's estates are. And if anyone wants to see the map longer, you can head to the Discord, and it's in all the maps from all the campaigns are pinned in their respective channels.
So we're at 16, and 17 is where the Obadiah estates are.
Correct. And you currently have a significant portion of your answers. It's feasible to say that if you just went to the government of the Pride and just what you could do is go to the government of the Pride and just be like, hey, I'm not dead.
Right.
We could technically just write them a letter or a telegram if that technology exists.
I mean, they may want proof.
Yeah.
Sure. But I mean, notification is a notification, you know? It's not like we're trying to take them to the court of law. It's to be like, hey, you got a rat.
Yeah, could always
They
be
take
like,
it, they take it. If they don't, they don't. You know?
I'm not dead. Also, I'm on my way.
That is entirely possible. You got a way to send it right now? I currently don't have send it. I'll learn that one later. Or animal messenger.
Or just make our way that direction. Like, you know, whatever.
So do we want to stop or no?
Yeah, might as well, especially if it's on the way.
All right. Let's go meet
I think
Obadiah.
the important thing right now is figuring out where you're going to get your long rest. And then we have until next week to iron out exactly where we'll be going.
Just go back to the hotel that we paid for. And...
Yeah.
Okay.
Go back there.
You make your way back to the Spitfire. You get back to your rooms.
Real quick, I would like to be able to take as much as I can carry of ammo. For me personally, like not to give to, but for us to have.
Sure thing. It's safe to say that the party is laden with gear. That is explosive.
Big boom.
All right. I'm gonna go over the message that you get from the spider again, with the context that Yester would hear the voice of his father speaking to Shiny Connor. Again, this is what the spider overheard and then was in some way intercepted. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Wrong. Absolute power reveals absolutely. Oh, I'm sorry. Real quick, before I go into this 3-minute monologue, I want to just do a quick shout out to Jack Lawro. This is his script, and it's glorious. I've changed it a little bit to make it fit, but this is his masterpiece, and it's glorious. You should definitely go follow him. Absolute power.
Sure. Since we have an idea which one is which voice is which character.
Shiny Connor, you've met before. He sounds very monotone. The southern accent is safe to say what Yester's father sounds like.
Verify.
Yeah. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Wrong. Absolute power reveals absolutely. It nearly amplifies us, making us more of who we already are. Not that you'd know anything of that, of course. And what's that supposed to mean? I just find it fascinating that those without power are so quick to criticize it. I don't think power is inherently bad. I just think it's poorly distributed. Of course, you're a far better person than those whose mind is merely cold numbers and clockwork, or even the pride who you criticize so freely. Blessed are the meek. The path is broken. I'm no longer religious. Are you sure? You make such a virtue of lacking, and evidently you think greed is a sin. I think it's pretty obvious to anyone that they could do better things with their wealth and influence. But would you really be any different? If you had their power, wouldn't you start to convince yourself that you were somehow inherently better by virtue of your position? Because it seems to me you're doing that pretty well. I would be different, because I care about being a good person. Do you? Or do you simply fear being considered a bad person? I hate to break it to you, we are not all fundamentally rotten to our core. Oh, I don't think any of you are. However, all you sentient flesh bags are fundamentally human at your core. Deep down, you all want the same things, whether you admit it to yourself or not. And what is that exactly? You want power. And everything that comes along with it. You want adoration, you want sex, you want excess, you want adventure, conquest, conflict, pleasure, and pain. You long to feel alive. But it's not all about me. It's about others. It's about community, connection. It's about doing the right thing. The right thing. A fiction you have swallowed in order to cope with the fact that you lack what you truly want. Morality isn't fiction. And besides, the motivations behind my statements don't affect whether they're true or not. But is it true to you? To your intention, to your internal laws and values? Or are you destined to be a moral chameleon? You don't believe in any right or wrong, do you, Connor? Not particularly. Then we have nothing to discuss. You want to know why you think the good guys always win? It's because history is written by the victors. Whoever comes out on top gets to be the good guy. However virtuous you are today, on the next page of history, you will surely be cast as the villain. My advice? Let it all go. And what if, deep down, I actually do care about the things I claim to? Then I suggest you take your desperados, you seek power, and make it happen. And I suppose we'll find out which one of us is correct. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight, y'all. We'll be picking up with Yester hearing the voice of his father.